The Gründerzeitmuseum in Berlin-Mahlsdorf. Closely connected with this house is Charlotte von Mahlsdorf, the passionate collector of daily items of her time. For example, complete living rooms, musical instruments and cupboards, chests of drawers from the time of Gründerzeit. All her life she resisted those things that prevented her from living a self-determined life. Her aim in life was the protection of items from the Gründerzeit. She managed to achieve this by opening a museum, and she went on doing so for a lot of years. Since 1997, the Friends Association keeps on telling the history of the Gründerzeitmuseum. And this, the memory of the museum, is kept alive. And today we celebrate.
Heute wird gefeiert.
Sehr geehrte Vereinsmitglieder, sehr geehrte Anwesende, erlauben Sie mir, die heutige Veranstaltung
Dear
zu
members,
eröffnen
dear
und
guests,
Sie im Namen des
please let me
Vorstandes
open
und
this
in
day
meinem
and
Namen
welcome you
als
all.
Vorsitzender des Fördervereins Gutshaus Mahlsdorf recht herzlich zu begrüßen.
The last few months
Die
of the
vergangenen
pandemic
Monate der
unfortunately
Pandemie haben uns
meant
leider
restrictions
dahingehend
for the
eingeschränkt,
realization of
aufgrund der
many
allgemeinen
planned activities.
Infektionslage viele unserer guten Vorsätze zeitnah umzusetzen.
We are very pleased that the normal social life has come back
das
again.
normale gesellschaftliche Leben in Gang kommt. Weiterer Anlass unseres heutigen
Another
Zusammenseins
reason for our
sind
meeting
das
today is the
24-jährige
24th anniversary of
Jubiläum
the
des
existence
Bestehens des
of our club.
Fördervereins, die Verleihung der Nominierungsurkunde für den
The
Respektpreis
fact that we were
2020
awarded the Prize of
und nicht
Respect,
zuletzt,
and last but not least, the award of the
Auszeichnung
Bundesverdienstkreuz am Band
dem
for our
Bundesverdienstkreuz
Monika
am Bande
Schulz-Pusch.
unserer Geschäftsführerin des Vereins, Monika Schulz-Pusch.
Therefore, I want to express my thanks to all the members that helped us achieve this.
Dankeschön für die im Verein geleistete Arbeit an alle unsere hier anwesenden bzw. verhinderten Vereinsmitglieder von dieser Veranstaltung aus zu übermitteln. Mit besonderer Freude erfüllt es uns aber, dass unser Freund und begeisterter Unterstützer und Förderer des Vereins,
I'm extremely
der
pleased that our
amerikanische
passionate friends and
Dramatiker
supporters Doug Wright
mit
and his
Partner
partner have
David
come to us
den weiten
all
Weg
the
aus
long way from America
sich
to
nahmen
be and
oder
celebrate this
nahmen
day
und nicht
together with
scheute,
us.
am heutigen Tag unter uns zu weilen und mit uns gemeinsam zu feiern.
Thank you very much. Furthermore, I want to welcome Mr. Bossmann, an actor presenting Charlotte von Mahlsdorf.
Bossmann, Schauspieler alias Charlotte.
This is a very special day, 60 years of Gründerzeitmuseum of Charlotte von Mahlsdorf. I'm very happy that we had the chance to celebrate this day with so many friends and followers, unfortunately with fewer people than expected because of Corona. And I'm especially pleased that our friends from America can be together with us on this very day. Charlotte's good spirit is in this house, and I'm sure she would be happy to see this wonderful restored museum.
Entschuldigung, ich kann nur ein bisschen Deutsch sprechen, so ich muss auf Englisch. It's a great privilege to be back and very moving to me, and makes me full of emotion and deeply sentimental. And 20 years ago, I wrote a play that I hope would commemorate Charlotte von Mahlsdorf and keep her ideals of tolerance and curatorship and the importance of recording our history, and let the world know that those were her values and her fondest hopes. I did that 20 years ago, but it is someone else who has worked tirelessly every single day during that same time to preserve Charlotta's work and this remarkable museum, and that is without question Monika Schulz and her husband Detlef Putsch, who have truly kept Charlotta's candle flame burning, and for that I am deeply indebted and will always dearly love them.
Why did you take the effort to go from the USA to Germany, especially for Berlin, on this day?
I met Charlotta von Mahlsdorf about 30 years ago and spent many important days interviewing her and getting to know her and the collection. And I was so moved that Monika Schulz and her husband Detlef Putsch have taken the museum and made it a living tribute to Charlotta and to the Gründerzeit era. And I was so thrilled to learn that Monika was receiving the Bundesverdienstkreuz that I had to buy a plane ticket and I had to come.
Hello. When did Charlotte von Mahlsdorf first get into your life? I have never met her, of course, but I heard about her for the first time in 1990 when a friend of mine from Erfurt talked about her. This girlfriend knew that I'm actually a woman, and she told me that there had been a very famous trans lady in the GDR. Later, I heard her name again, but I wasn't very much interested in her at that time. Since 2 years ago, after my coming out, the name Charlotte von Mahlsdorf has been very important for me, because I think in her days, she did a lot more for people like me than we realize today. She had been living during 2 dictatorships, the Nazi and GDR time. She had to make a lot of compromises to survive and live her life, and I just admire her for her attitude and behavior, because there was no social network in those days. She wrote a fantastic book, and I really love it, because she perfectly describes the way she lived and the difficulties she had to manage. I wished she could be here today, because I very much would have liked to get to know her in person.
Ich wünschte mir sehr, sie wäre heute hier.
Hallo Charlotte, wie geht's Ihnen denn hier heute?
Ist wunderschön. Ich bin ja so gerne zufrieden. Und
Hello, Charlotte. How are you today? Oh, it's wonderful. I like to be content, and I'm very happy today with so many friends and people around. The house has become so beautiful, and I wouldn't have been able to do this on my own, just with my 2 hands only. But the young people did it perfectly. I wouldn't have got the financial support, but Monika did. I have never been able to beg for anything and had no idea how beautiful this house could become. How often do you visit this place? About once or twice a year, I hover through this house. Once alone, and the second time when there is an event. There are people who come here very often, and of course there are some new faces now and then. The house is known worldwide, and what surprises me to hear today is that it is the biggest Gründerzeitmuseum in Germany, or even in Europe. That's marvelous.